This is the Arctic. A national park was established in this part of the Arctic Circle not too long ago, where in this series I will be a ranger protecting the wildlife and the national park, as well as the campers that stroll around. My mission is to stay alive for 1 year in this national park. In this episode, I'm starting off in springtime, which allows me to move into my outpost, where here I plan to get it set up and prepare it for the summer. And all I have to do is survive. My adventure begins in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, buddy. All right. Come on, Dipper. We have to get inside. The Rangers want us here. It is so snowed in. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even mean to touch the painting. Campfire, please. Warm me up. Okay. I think this will help. But, oh, I'm still cold.
This cabin was going to act as my outpost, since I am a ranger for the national park. The cabin was completely freezing, and the only thing going for it was the one lit campfire in the corner. One of my main problems off the bat was that there was no generator for this cabin, meaning that everything that was electrical wasn't synced up to anything, or moving at all.
I don't think there's heat upstairs, bro. It's probably something I can... Oh. Okay, I'll go upstairs. Oh, baby. Okay,
I then carefully selected the clothes I wanted to wear, and after putting them on, my cold issue went away almost immediately.
Whew. That's one way to start my adventure.
After clenching my survival, it was time to get familiar with the area.
This is my buddy, Dipper. Okay, bro. Alright. That's Dipper. It's my dog. Alright. Early spring, I know. Oh, wow. It feels pretty cool to be like starting all this. This is a sad attempt for a map. Look at Dipper. There he is. But we're here. And yeah, it looks like that's what we know so far. But we got some more maps here. Some photos. That's of a deer. I'll flip this over, but that's a bear. Okay, that's a. All right. Of course, the TV's missing power. Wow. And this is that. Wow. Okay. Oh, is that the bear right there? I can't tell. All right. The bathroom. Right. A bag of rice. What's this? Beer. Okay. Alright. Oh, some stale food. Okay. Thanks a lot, dude. Some salt's in there. I have a fridge, but it's missing power. An empty canteen for water. What's this? A television remote. It doesn't do anything because I'm out of power for that. But okay. Campfire. Keep me nice and warm. Even though I don't have a hat. That's great. My nutrition? Oh, I have nutrition. Wow, okay. My body's in pretty good condition right now. My nutrition is mid. Oh, jeez! I can pick up Dipper! Look at him!
After getting pretty familiar with the area and enjoying my stale food, I finally decided to head up to the upstairs.
Oh, all right. That's what I'm talking about right here. Some ammo, a rifle. Let's go downstairs. Woohoo! It is a bad boy. Look at that. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, this helps me zoom in. Yeah, it's a bear. I'm not really scared of the bear anymore, but according to Ranger Code of Conduct in the lovely manual, I cannot kill the following, and I can kill sheep, I can't kill the bear. Which, I mean, I think that's kind of bogus, but, you know what? We'll worry about that later. We're just cold. So that's a light room. I don't know what that's about. A knife! Good, need that. A backpack. Some more little unfreezing thing. Okay, a spyglass. Do that. A little bit less. The spyglass. It's a little bit less of a more freezing kind of move. Jeez, so nice. This helps me zoom in. Okay, bet. Alright. So we have a spyglass. This is just a less like threatening way of, you know, getting set, looking at things. I could see the bear. He looks cute. It's becoming dark already, dude. Jeez. Oh my. First day already. Nothing in there. Nothing in that cabinet. Some plaster. A ukulele. Camera. Some color film. A book and quill. Okay. I'm gonna go down here.
The upstairs provided me with plenty of solid items for survival. And it also included a place to sleep, a computer that didn't work yet, and even a few books for me to read as well. But my favorite items up here were probably the ukulele and the camera.
Okay, I can put film. Alright, that's one there. Is that your spot? Look, let's watch this. Say cheese. Alright, and that is 1 of 16, so we'll figure about that later. Jeez, bro. God, I can't stay away from the campfire. This is what I get for not having, like, an electricity place. Like, where is the generator, bro? I need to find that. Or make my own. Alright, anyways, we have a book. Let me read the book. Entry 857. There's 18 pages. Bro.
Because moving away from the campfire meant hypothermia, I decided to read the entire 18 pages of the book, which basically just went over what to use the camera for and how to use the camera.
And when you're cold like me, and the frost has faded from your beard, these pictures remind you that you once stood on the edge of the wild and called it home. John Spruce. Okay, so our boy John Spruce. That's who we're... Is that you? I'm literally shaking. I am shaking right now. I'm literally by fire. How could I possibly be getting cold? Can we talk about that? Can we really discuss? All right. Oh, I'm freezing by the cold. I'm standing by the campfire.
Okay, so I'm going to help your ears not bleed, and we're just going to move on to the next thing. I decided to head back upstairs where I found a couple of books to read and even admired this amazing photo of who John Spruce was. The first book I would read was about the computer and the importance of getting it online because every morning and every night there were ranger calls because I'm not the only ranger out here, and if I wanted to communicate with them, I was going to need to get that computer online. I then took more pictures of my dog Dipper before reading the next book, which was a diary from John Spruce himself. And when sunrise finally came, I was done reading the book.
Stay warm, stay humble, John Spruce. Okay. These are all like very kind of like suggestive help, don't you think? Alright, I see water over there, but the bear is over there. Oh wait, hold up. Are those the northern lights? Oh, it is. Dude, I want to go outside and snap a picture. Dude! There we go. Ah! Okay. I need to get a generator going. Let me make one. Alright. I didn't even get any tools or anything, so like screw me, I guess. Alright. That's the stove, but aha! Ah, that's so expensive.
Now, if I eventually wanted to get to the generator process, I was for starters going to need to find some water, and thankfully, there's a small little pond of water right near my house.
All right, we totally just. All right, we're wet. Great, great. I'm already freezing. Come on, heat me up. Heat me up. Get me inside. Yeah. Woo. All right, there we go. We have some fresh protein there. Probably steel protein. All right, that's one sheep dead. I have so many more to kill. Like 4 more to kill.
Now, the main reason I was hunting for sheep was because I needed wool, which you can use to make band-aids, as well as wool hats, which will then keep me warm from the freezing cold that surrounds me. And during this process, do you remember how I had all of that stale food from earlier? Well, it decided all to rot just now before I could eat any of it.
So hard. What? Hello? Oh, that just. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Oh, that's all of my. Okay, he'll eat that. That's all of my food. Oh no.
Well, now that I really had no other choice but kill sheep because now I needed their food to survive, I then continued my mass sheep killing spree. I would also kill a deer in the process.
It drops leather. That's important. Oh god.
Once I made it back to the cabin, I threw all of my raw meat on the campfire and then crafted myself my snow hat.
Yo. Hat on, bro. Look at me go. I'm all kitted up now.
Now, although all the starting gear was kind of nice, there wasn't a pickaxe or an axe in there, so I needed to mine iron, which meant I was going to need to get flint tools in order for me to advance. But luckily for me, there was a small gravel patch nearby, which I mined all of that up and then proceeded to try to get as much flint from it as possible. After getting some flint, I then looked at the tools I could make, and then it was revealed that I was going to need some plant string if I wanted to make a pickaxe and an axe, which meant I was going to need to go and get some saplings, so I could get plant fibers, which then I can turn into string. With that in place, I then made my flint pickaxe, which I then used to immediately mine me some cobblestone, and then after that, I created a flint axe, which then I used to chop down some trees for wood. I then came to the realization that I couldn't make stone tools, which, made me cry inside a little bit. Then, to cope, I went outside to go and mine some coal, when finally I began starting this stupid journal. HQ said it was great to keep a journal, so that way I don't go insane, but I really doubt that would even be a problem. Anyways, the next day, I would begin exploring the area around me. I then would get almost immediately distracted by a small cave that was nearby that had tons of coal, which I figured I was probably going to need. After that, I then headed home and struggled for multiple minutes on how to create freaking spruce planks. After that, I would go to bed, wherein the next day I decided I was going to go searching for some iron, which I expected to be around the mountaintops. And so, me and Dipper went searching for iron.
For sure. Oh. Iron.
Me and Dipper would then make the long trek over to the small patch of iron that I managed to find with my spyglass. And I'm not gonna lie, with this small patch of iron, all of that damage that I did to my feet, this just wasn't worth the trip. And not to mention the painful trek back. I mean, my god, I just kept falling and taking damage over and over again. And by the time we got back to the cabin, I know for sure Dipper was thinking I was an idiot. That night, I would then craft a furnace and throw my iron in there, believing I was going to make iron tools easily now, but little did I know, that just wasn't going to be true. I would then go to bed, and then the next day, a freaking snowstorm would hit, and for crying out loud, it's springtime, bro, and I'm already having snowstorms.
Oh. It's snowing. Oh wow, this thing is cool. Jeez. Whoa, it is. Dude, whoa. Yo, look at that. You see that, Freddy? Snowfall. Should probably document that.
I then began to write more in my freaking journal. Again, this is super stupid, and I promise you, it's not a diary, okay? It's a journal for professionals, because I'm a professional. Don't even dare call this a diary. After documenting what was going on outside, I decided to go outside myself, and then I realized it was way too cold for me to go outside, and so I was stuck indoors all day. Starting off with being extremely productive and creating my first blast furnace, which is basically one part of the puzzle to making a generator done. I then really tried, like really hard, to make music on this ukulele sound good. I'm just saying, it was gonna take a while for anything to sound good. And just like that, I was already a musical genius, having the first part of a song down. And then I would write more in my journal for the rest of the day. Again, not a diary, before going to bed and then waking up the next day to the storm finally passing.
Okay. Still raining a little bit. Here we go. Stop. Alright, let's go different.
The snow finally gone. It was just barely warm enough for me to go adventuring once again into the mountains with Dipper. Before searching for ores, I began searching for food, as I was getting really low on it, and so luckily for me, I managed to find a couple of cows, which I killed with no mercy. Sorry vegans, but there's no plants anywhere. As for my search for iron, I was having like no luck today at all and finding any ore. And I was even struggling to find coal at this point. And I searched a lot of mountains for iron and coal, and I was just getting really unlucky. On the bright side though, I was taking some sexy photos from up here. And then after cranking up the insane render distance on my bummy PC, I got to look at the beautiful landscape that was this national park.
Whoa. Oh my god. Over there. Oh, there's 100% more ore over there. Dude, whoa. Whoa. That's what we were just looking at. It's the other outpost over there. Oh. Looks like they have a generator. I freaking don't. It sucks. Pictures.
I would take a few pictures of the wonderful landscape that was around me. Getting a good look at the other rangers outpost, I got a pretty good feel of what life is probably like over there, knowing I couldn't go over there right now because I needed to pay attention more to my side of the park before I could go and visit other rangers. I'd make it back to my cabin just when it hit nighttime, refilling my canteen and then going into the cabin where I would work on my journal. Again, not diary, and then I would go to bed. The next day, I would head back up into the mountains, but this time without Dipper, and apparently this time I found more iron, so I guess Dipper's just a bad luck charm when it comes to mining ores. Then I went back to the cabin where I smelted all of this iron to hopefully turn it into iron tools. But of course, that just wasn't going to be easy. I needed to make a iron pickaxe like top or whatever. I don't even know what it's called, but I needed to put this iron into my freaking campfire for some reason, which honestly is really stupid. I don't know who was coming up with this stuff. After the iron then turned into hot iron, I would then make the little pickaxe head, which then I tried to turn into a pickaxe, but it didn't work. Apparently, there was more stuff I needed to do. For starters, I needed to get string, which I don't know if you haven't noticed, it's kind of hard to find string around here. And two, I then needed to find feathers, which meant I needed to go bird hunting. I also needed paper, and it then took me multiple days to just find this one freaking sugarcane patch, which I then praised the Lord that I finally found, and then I could finally turn it into paper. Then to add on to my frustration, I probably had the biggest jump scare of my life.
Oh. Oh my. Oh my god, that scared me so bad.
If that guy got a hold of me, oh my god, it would have been over immediately, and I probably wouldn't even be able to get to this part in the diary. Anyways, I would then make a smithing table, as that is one of the processes I need to make in order to make a blueprint of a iron tool, which then turns itself into a iron pickaxe, axe, etc. However, if I wanted to even make my pickaxe, I was going to need a blueprint, which required paper and feathers, so I went bird hunting the next day. In my hunt for birds, I would find myself back at the lake from earlier, and this is when I saw something that was abnormally huge.
Oh, whoa! What is that? That fish is huge! What? What? Yo, look at that thing! What the? Yo, it's huge! I need to take a photo. That's what I need to do.
I then took the photo of the fish that ate Jupiter and then proceeded to go searching for some more birds when I came across a few penguins. It was cool to see penguins around here, but to be honest, I don't know if penguins belong here, but I wasn't gonna judge. There were 3 penguins, and I was so happy to see all 3 of them. I think the penguins were like shedding or something, because I managed to find quite a few feathers on the ground, which is exactly what I needed. And then on my way out from the penguin resort, I then came across a pelican, which magically disappeared in a red dust. However, the feathers were still there. So, I mean, I guess the birds were just shedding today. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, I would make it back home safe and sound. And because of the feathers that those birds graciously left behind, I was able to make an iron pickaxe.
Finally. Oh. My god, that took way too long, dude. It took so long.
After making my pickaxe, I went out to go searching for some caves, so that way I could find some redstone. After hitting the caves, I found a lot of iron, copper, lapis, some redstone, and even a few diamonds for me to have. And once I got back home, I immediately began smelting all my ores. And this would allow me to finally have a generator.
Yo, generator.
Shortly after, I would create a wrench, which would allow me to connect the power points between a generator and the other electrical equipment around the house.
So, do I want the generator in the house? Or outside? It'll make a lot of noise. So let's have it outside. We can put it like, I don't know, right here. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Dipper, bro, you gotta move.
With the generator down and running, I would begin connecting all of the boxes together, which would allow me to finally have power in my house.
Yo.
I would also sacrifice a lot of my coal to throw into the generator, so that way it could last a lot longer.
Look at this. Finally. Oh. Oh my god. We got a TV. Finally use the remote. Oh. We get news. Oh. Oh dang. Is this just a constant 1v1?
Dang. Is the one on the left gonna win at all? Bro, you suck.
News again. Freddy, look at this. Dipper. Oh my god. I'm sorry. It's just, you remind me a lot of another dog. No. No. Oh! Oh, wow, look at the heart. Look at it. So I'm gonna go anywhere else but those corners. I don't know. There's again. Oh. I like this. This guy's playing Minecraft. Alright, and then we have a little lamp here. Oh, I didn't mean to. Shit. Oh my god. Ah. It feels so nice in here. Look at it. Look at that. Can I take this off? Or am I gonna get like cold? I'm getting cold. Oh well. Alright, a fridge. Okay, I'm getting cold. Whatever. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. Shouldn't even thought about that. Okay. My fridge is in my stove. Okay. What if I want to throw like that in my fridge? I really don't have food to throw in there. I want my rice. Can I throw my rice in there too? I'm confused what this even does. Look at that. My chicken. My chicken is cooking. Yo. Isn't that fire? Look at that. Man, I need to take a picture of this place while it has power. What's great about my place having power is it not only that it looks cool and it's cozy, but my refrigerator is also running, which allows my food to stay preserved a lot longer than it would normally be. I feel so, like, relaxed. This is great. You can sit there, Dipper. Sleep by the campfire. Oh, and I got a lamp up here. In the computer. Oh my god. Oh, I finally have it connected to the network. Oh, you'd be proud of me, right, John Spruce? Oh my god. Dude, I'm so happy. Oh, alright. Well, in the morning, I guess I just have to be like, and I can do the ranger call now. Now I can finally be a part of that. Oh, I couldn't do that before. Now I can. Maybe they even give me some stuff. After booting up my computer, I now had successfully gained access to communicate with the other ranger outposts that were scattered across White Fang National Park. To celebrate, I wrote in my journal a little bit more and then drank the one beer that was located in my kitchen. Whoa, okay, maybe that wasn't the move. Maybe that was not the move at all. Tipsy. Wow, I am tipsy from one beer. Jeez, bro. And for the rest of the night, I sat on the couch, chilling with Dipper, playing my ukulele, and watching TV in the background, waiting for it to finally become morning. Oh. It's morning. Alright, hold on, let's turn down the TV. There you go. Alright, let's get on our little computer. Prepare for my first call. Here we go. Hello? Anybody there? This is Outpost 3. Hello?